Hello everybody, what is going on in this lovely world of gaming? Today I will be talking about, is Pokemon and Nintendo cooked, right? Now, on surface level, you may figure that that's like the stupidest thing that's ever been uttered, right? Of course Pokemon is not going anywhere. It is this multi-billion dollar franchise and blah blah blah. Well, let me shatter your delusions real quick, right? Alright, so let's get started. Reason number one as to why I'm thinking like Pokemon is dying or is cooked, right? Now, by the way, let me just say, just because I say that Pokemon is dying, that doesn't exactly mean that it's on the verge of death. I'm just saying that it's very popular. It's very possible that's going to lose popularity. Yeah, that's all, right? So, yes, I think it is dying, but I don't think it's on the verge of dying. You understand? So, yeah, let me just make that very clear. Alright, now reason number one. Pokemon Legends ZA underperforming horribly. You know, like Pokemon Arceus Legends sold way better than it, right? In fact, a lot of Pokemon games sold better than it on less popular systems. Hell, even like the Nintendo Switch Pokemon games, like Arceus Legends or Legends Arceus, whatever. That game sold better when there's less Switch 1s, and it only came out on the Switch 1. Meanwhile, Legends ZA came out on the Switch 2. Bruh, like, that's crazy. Despite being on two platforms, you know, and having more units, of the Switch 1 being sold, basically being one of the revenues of Legends ZA, it still flopped compared to the other Pokemon games. That's insane. You know, that's crazy. And even though that it still sold like around 12 million units, that doesn't matter. Like, literally fucking compared to Palworld, a franchise that just released a few years ago, obviously, right? That's the start of the franchise. You know, this fucking game that technically isn't even out yet because it's in beta. You know, like the 1.0 trailer just came out. Technically, the game wasn't even finished, and it's still outsold Pokemon Legends ZA. That's insane, bro. That's crazy. And not to mention that Palworld is expanding, right? We all noticed the whole trouble that happened with the Pokemon cards bullshit, with a bunch of stupid man-children gathering them, selling them for stupid outlandish prices. Nintendo needs to get a hold of that, because honestly, it is utterly fucking pathetic what it turned into. It is. It really is. Fucking Pokemon cards are just meant to just play, bro. I guess the game is so bad that people rather fucking play another game, scalping. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, like, the fact that Palworld kicked its ass tells you a lot, really, right? And I don't even think Palworld is a good game, by the way. I don't even like Palworld. But you know what? I will say it is much better than all the fucking modern Pokemon slop that came out. That's for sure. So, yeah. So, reason number two. There's a lot more competition on the rise. You know, with like with Palworld beating the shit out of Nintendo, right, and showing them their place when Nintendo tried to, put them in court, right? With Palworld, excuse me, it just sounds weird, but Palworld, showing like people not to be afraid of Nintendo, and yes, you can like outfight them in their stupid like whole thing about trying to preserve this or this is their mechanic, blah blah blah, is completely ridiculous. They have shown that they are able to outshine even Nintendo, being this new friggin' company, basically, right? Or pretty much outshining Nintendo in every way, shape, or form, despite them being a less experienced and less financially successful company. So now we have a lot more competition on the rise when it comes to these monster taming games. Okay, so what do I mean by this? With a literal free-to-play game with the overall concept as Pokemon and looking way better and polished, even compared to something like Palworld, with much better graphics, much better animation, compared to anything that Pokemon forced you to pay for, like in general, right? So, and we're gonna get to those in a second. Hell, even if you order the full experience of the generational Pokemon game, right, you still had to buy another fucking game or two. That's the full experience. Like, in order to get one experience, or no, the full experience to a Pokemon generational game, like, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Red, Blue, Green, Red, Blue, Yellow, you know, all those games, you have to buy 2 other fucking games, or in Pokemon Legends ZA's case, a fucking mid-ass DLC that was obviously cut content from the game. What's my proof of that? The fucking DLC was announced before the game even released. That's actually a new low in gaming, bro, for sure. Like, no, for real, that is a new low in gaming. So, yeah. And here's the competition, right? We have Monster Hunter's Stories 3. Releasing with much better animation, much better graphics, much better art style too, and on the same platform as what Pokemon Legends ZA is on, the Switch 2. Not only is it coming to the Switch 2, but it's coming to multiple platforms as well, which will guarantee more sales than that shitty ass Legends ZA. Pretty much. I mean, the fact that it's coming to PC, Xbox, PlayStation, that, I mean, even if it doesn't like sell more than Pokemon does on the Switch 2 overall, it will still garner more people in the long run. And that's kind of a problem, you know? That's really kind of an issue. That is literally being a self-report from Nintendo and Game Freak that this can be done with the platform. So the bullshit of, oh, we can't do this with the Switch or the Switch 2, blah blah blah, it's complete fucking malarkey, basically. Anyone could do that shit, or anyone could do a game like Pokemon but better. And Monster Hunter Stories pretty much fucking shows that. That game looks amazing. Even on the Switch 2, it doesn't look that bad, especially compared to fucking Legends ZA. So there you go. So another game that's on the rise is Bag Dex. This is a like inspiration of 2D Pokemon, and that looks like it has a lot of creatures to collect without having to purchase another game or extra DLC or whatever, right? Like not needing 2 versions of a fucking game or DLC, whatever. Like that's what I love about these games, these Pokemon clones, honestly. I just wish they were more popular so that they could be more competitive viable, really. That's what I would like, because honestly, Pokemon is a complete fucking mess in every way, shape, or form in terms of that. Like the grinding you have to do, the extra versions you have to get in order to get this Pokemon, that Pokemon, the DLC you have to buy in order to get this Pokemon, that Pokemon is completely ridiculous. You know, it's not viable, okay? It's not viable for everyone, and I think that's a complete ripoff. The fact that they're charging you $60 now for Pokemon games. Meanwhile, this fucking Bag Dex game is probably going to be like, what, probably $15, $20? And you just have to buy that game once in order to get all the content from it. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? I'm just saying, like, this Bag Dex game is going to show the value of Pokemon, which is almost nothing. That's the value of Pokemon, you know, currently. And then obviously we have Amino, the game that I just brought, the Anemo, sorry. Like obviously, the Anemo games, the Anemo game needs no introduction, but if it does, I'll be happy to provide it. Amino is this new up-and-coming, free-to-play, open-world action RPG, monster taming game that is more similar in gameplay to Palworld rather than Pokemon, and that's a good thing, by the way. It really is, because Pokemon has been stale and garbage ever since, I would say, Pokemon X and Y. It really has been. So yeah, basically, like this game is going to be even better than Palworld, really. So if you love Palworld, you have nothing to lose of trying this game out, because it has better graphics than Palworld. And it looks like it's going to have way better gameplay than Palworld. Hopefully it's not going to have any of the stupid survival shit in it. I didn't look that much into it, but yeah, I hope it doesn't, because really, I don't think that's really necessary for a Pokemon game, but whatever, you know. But anyways, I just think that's a really good game, right? So there you go. And then, reason number 3 why I think, you know, that Nintendo will go away. Or I'm sorry, that Pokemon will eventually get into irrelevance and is dying, is because Game Freak and Nintendo are fucking terrible, you know? Minus all these games, you know, that I just mentioned, and all the reasons I just mentioned, Game Freak and Nintendo are just overall terrible. They're a horrible team, and even with Beasts of Incarnation from Game Freak, they have shown that they're better off without Nintendo. Now, do I think Feces of Incarnation is great? No, fuck no. I think that game looks like, asset flip garbage with shitty ass Souls-like gameplay. Get the fuck out of here. I think it looks like shit, personally. But it looks better than anything that they've done with Nintendo for the past fucking 10 years. So there's that. Not to mention that, these fucking companies, they are the definition of the bare minimum, right? Until they had their backs pressed against the wall. It's completely embarrassing, honestly. And Game Freak, admittedly, like I said, they've always been lackluster developers. I mean, always. Even with the games that you loved, right? Like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I still think those games were not as good as they could have been, And here's my reasons. Like, not that the games are horrible, far from it, but they could have been way fucking better, right? They could have had one version of the game that has all the goddamn Pokemon. There's no reason why that's not the case. There really isn't. Other than money, So all the content is fucking hidden behind, 3 goddamn games across 3 games. And then if that's not bad enough, by the way, if you guys remember this, because, well, obviously look, when I got Pokemon Leaf Green, I couldn't go to these events to get Jirachi or fucking what's his name, what the hell's his name, man, or like basically Ho-Oh and all those other event Pokemon. You cannot fucking get them without emulating and cheating, basically now. That's the only way you're able to get those Pokemon in those games, and it's completely ridiculous. It absolutely is. That shows the incompetence of these of fucking Game Freak, really. It really does, So honestly, even their previous games is garbage because all the content of it was locked behind 3 games and events that you can no longer fucking that you can no longer access, other than obviously with like a cheat code or something, or emulation. So it's completely ridiculous, and even with the good games, it's still pretty bad. Now, another reason why I think Game Freak and Nintendo are terrible, especially with the Pokemon series, is because, bro, it took them 4 generations to do something as basic as a physical and special split. What the fuck is that, bro? I mean, dude, we had RPGs figuring that shit out a long time ago. Probably even before Pokemon existed. You had your attack and magical attack. And yes, I know that in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green, they did have special and attack separate. However, that's still a problem because they did not, have the attack and special attack split. That's another can of worms. But what I'm trying to say is that Fire Punch, even though that's a physical move, obviously by description, Fire Punch was still a special move up until Gen 3. I'm not fucking lying to you. Because it's a fire type move, they did not separate it from the special category. I'm not lying. There are, a set type, no matter what the move is, there's a set type that's physical, and then there's a set type that's special. And that's it. That's all you get. Until Gen 4, where they're finally like, okay, well, we figured out that a punch is physical. Wow, good job, guys. You fucking nailed it. So stupid. It's like, even something like Shadow Ball, I'm not kidding you, by the way. I'm not fucking kidding you. Because all ghost type moves were considered physical, Shadow Ball was considered a physical move. I'm not lying to you. It was considered a physical move until Gen 4. I'm not fucking lying. That's how incompetent these fucking dipshit developers at Game Freak were. And always were, by the way. 4 generations, and then they finally implemented a proper physical and special split. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Honestly. Fuck, man. And their balancing of Pokemon, by the way, was beyond fucked up. It was really bad, okay? I mean, Pokemon like Hitmonchan, more like Shitmonhan, because he's been fucking garbage in Generation 1, and he's still garbage now. Like, it's not like they changed much, other than, oh look, fire, thunder, and ice punch are not physical. Great, he still can't compete with the other fucking plethora of Pokemon that you overpowered the shit out of. Congratulations, bro. You still made him bad, even though that he should be really good, but okay, you know. He should be a good defensive wall with, you know, with decent attacking stats. That's what he should be. And fairly fast too. Like, he should be faster because he's a little bit frail too, so. Like, look, either he needs to be the fast, hard-hitting type, or he needs to be the defensive, hard-hitting type. You know, you cannot have it both ways. Or no, you cannot have him with no fucking whatchamacallit. You can't have him with any benefits. You can't. Otherwise, he's a garbage Pokemon. And that sucks because he's one of my favorite. I love Hitmonchan. But, you know, we also have Pokemon like Arbok that doesn't have anything going for him. You know? Yeah, they gave him like elemental fang attacks. Like there's Ice Fang, Fire Fang, whatever, right? So, yeah, there is stuff like that, but that's still not doing anything for him. You need to buff his stats. You need to give him a Mega Evolution. You need to give him, you know, more shit. You know, the fact that Arbok does not have a Mega Evolution makes me want to fucking bash my head against the walls of Game Freak's headquarters so that I could sue them for damages against me. Seriously, they are that stupid and incompetent. And then fan favorites like Kabutops, right? Is still frail garbage with nothing to show for it. Like I said, he's frail and his attack is not good enough in order to warrant him being that frail. It's ridiculous, especially him being a fucking rock type, bro. He's a rock type. Why are you making him frail? Oh my god, man. Like, not only are Pokemon horrible, right? But you also have the fucking... But you also have types in general being horrible. Rock being one of them. Why the fuck is Rock universally bad? Why is Poison universally bad? Like, there's not really many good Pokemon that utilize those types. There aren't. There really aren't. You know? And then, here's the problem with Pokemon too. That these clones do better. Pokemon does not do... like, when they make a new game, they don't really add anything other than more Pokemon, more moves, and maybe one more type. That's it. They don't fix what's already bad about the games. And that's why you have unbalances like bad Pokemon, bad typings, bad everything. That's why you have that. I mean, damn. So Pokemon is clearly losing the fucking plot. You know, they are. And it's really showing with their sales recently. It has. So you could sit there and lie to me all you want about like, oh, Pokemon's not dying, blah, blah, blah. Or Pokemon's too big to die. That's what they said about Call of Duty. And look at that. Black Ops 7 performed the worst out of most, if not all, Call of Duties. That's all I'm going to say, right? Like, about that. So, like, and here's another thing, too. I hate that they made legendaries stupidly broken. Like, okay, a lot of legendaries are so fucking stupidly broken that you cannot use them in the, like, say for competitive play, you cannot use them in the same tier as other Pokemon. That's how broken the legendaries are. And although I do understand that they're legendaries, so I completely understand, like, they're powerful, you have to make them, they should be competitively viable. Like, I want every Pokemon to be competitively viable. I'm not saying that a Hitmonchan should, be able to win a 1v1 versus a fucking Ho-Oh. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that he should be able to fuck up the team behind Ho-Oh because of some use that Hitmonchan has, right? That's how it should be. But it's not. You know? So yeah, obviously, you know, they have, like, the rare Pokemon in their own fucking bracket, which is Ubers, right? That's how broken they are, by the way. So instead of that, how about you actually make every Pokemon competitively viable so we can actually use the fucking rare Pokemon that we caught? That would be a little bit more satisfying, right? In these competitive matches. Crazy, right? Yeah, anyways. I mean, there's just Game Freak, you know, saying oh, how dare you try to experiment, you know? How dare you try to experiment, says fucking Game Freak, you know, as they make only a few Pokemon viable in their fucking monster taming game with hundreds of monsters to tame. You know, only a few are viable in each game. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, what a great bunch, you know. You gotta love them. Anyways, this is me, video game homies, ya boy, signing out. Have a good one. And again, don't get too cocky there, because I think eventually the monster taming alternatives to Pokemon, they will absolutely overshadow it if Nintendo's not careful. I mean, honestly, if you guys ask me, the Pokemon Gen 10 leaks are not looking very good. And those are supposed to be leaks too. Yikes. Have a good one, guys.